And we finish off America's Greatest Hits with a song that was also known for Bob Seger, and he's done touring, as his last show was in Philadelphia, but his very last concert. And we got a special song for you. You probably all know what the most popular song by Bob Seger is, and you probably know what it is. Here it is now, and Old Time Rock and Roll. Just taking on around herself. I ain't listened to my bomb myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like the old time rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco. You're never on the floor. 10 minutes, I won't wait for the door. I like the old time rock and roll. Still like the old time rock and roll. That's kind of music just soothes my soul. I remember the days of old. What the old time rock and roll. Disco. I'd rather hear some blues or funky old soul. The only one sure really ain't to go. Start the plain old time rock and roll. Call me, I really didn't call, but you want, well, on the hill. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like the old time rock and roll. Still like the old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes the soul. I remember during the days ago with the old time rock and roll. Ooh. Bam 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 bam. Bam 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 bam. Still like the old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes the soul. I remember on the days of old with the old time rock and roll. Still like the old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes the soul. I remember the days are old. What the old time rock and roll. It's still like the old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes the soul. I remember the days are gold. With the old time rock and roll. You went on the old time rock and roll. Still like the old time rock and roll. Yes, right there, Bob Seger. Old time rock and roll. Gotta love that classic. Such a classic, right? Yeah. I'm DJ Jack, and that is going to do it for this week's edition of America's Greatest Hits. Catch you back here next weekend for another edition of America's Greatest Hits.